Geno says a lot of things to the media about his team, about his players that are starting to rub certain people the wrong way. And it started to make me think about if Geno's coaching style is affecting Paige Bueckers and the trajectory of her career and has maybe halted her a little bit in becoming the best player that she can possibly.
What occurs when a top athlete overreacts to their coach? After Paige Bueckers crossed the line, UConn's head coach Geno finally lost it, and everyone was blaming each other and drawing inferences. The timing couldn't be worse for Paige, but is this truly about poor behavior or is there something else going on? There's a twist to this narrative that no one anticipated coming, with the WNBA draft approaching and Olivia Miles of Notre Dame taking center stage.
And the UConn Huskies front and center this season in women's basketball. Some fans are starting to question Geno Auriemma's coaching style and wondering if it's truly what's best for.
Let's dive into what Billy went down between Coach Geno and Paige Bueckers. You know Paige, she's always been the life of the party at UConn, whether it's cracking jokes during practice or creating TikTok videos. She's renowned for keeping things light, but this time things got serious, really serious. In his most recent interview, Coach Geno revealed a shocking revelation. Paige will not be practicing with the team, and man, you could tell he had been waiting for this moment because of the way he said it and the small smile on his face. It was obvious that this wasn't just about discipline but rather something deeper that had been simmering for some time. Now, while everyone is discussing Paige's practice ban, there is actually a lower body strain that is keeping her out of commission. Yes, you heard correctly. Coach Geno is keeping her calm by insisting she will return in a week, but fans and observers are baffled by the entire issue. Paige is in her last year at UConn, and Coach Geno is aware that he will soon lose his best player, which may be why he isn't being too hard on her. However, there is more to this story than just a coach being soft on his best player. When PA first took the court, everyone knew they were witnessing something unique. She wasn't just another gifted player. Her court vision, basketball IQ, and ability to read the game made it seem like a veteran in a freshman's body. Not to mention her contagious every action you make is scrutinized by everyone when you're at the top, and every slip-up becomes the subject of headlines. Since day one, Paige has had to cope with the demands, ongoing scrutiny, and obligation of representing women's college basketball. It's a lot for anybody to bear, much less a college student, and on top of that, there's social media. Paige has always been active on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. It's part of who she is, part of what makes her relatable to fans, but sometimes that playful nature can rub people the wrong way, especially the old-school basketball folks who believe in keeping everything serious and traditional. That's where Coach Geno comes in. He's old school, no doubt about it. He's been around long enough to see how the game has changed, how social media has transformed the way athletes interact with fans, and while he's adapted to some extent, there's still that part of him that believes in doing things the traditional way. The dynamic between Paige and Geno has always been interesting to watch. It's like a father-daughter relationship in many ways. He's tough on her because he sees her potential, because he knows what she's capable of, and she pushes back, sometimes tests the boundaries just like any young person would. But this latest incident, it's different. The timing is what makes it so crucial. We're talking about the heart of the season here. Every game matters, every practice counts. UConn is vying for a spot as one of the best programs in women's college basketball, and now that their star player is out, the injury factor adds even more complexity to the situation. During her time in college, Paige has experienced her fair share of setbacks, but each time she has recovered more resiliently. It has also raised concerns about her durability. NBA scouts are keeping a careful eye on her. They're not just examining her numbers, they're also considering her capacity to maintain her health in order to manage the demanding work schedule. Before this incident, Paige was having one of her best seasons, but her 20 points per game isn't just good, it's elite-level performance. Her 40% three-point shooting indicates that she's not just scoring, but also doing it efficiently, and those 4 assists per game don't even begin to capture how she improves her teammates. The UConn team's whole attacking strategy is based around Paige's skills. Her court vision and her capacity to produce images for other people. The team must adapt now that she is on the sidelines, because her clutch performances in crucial moments aren't something you can replace overnight. This circumstance has also spurred a broader discussion about athlete behavior and team discipline in the social media age. Where do you draw the line between allowing players to self-expression and upholding team discipline? Every program, not only UConn, struggles with how to strike a balance between individual personality and team culture. It has been interesting to see how the supporters have responded on social media. People are taking sides. Some are supporting Paige, arguing that she should be allowed to be herself and that her personality is what makes her unique, while others are supporting Coach Geno, arguing that team rules and discipline should apply to everyone, star player or not. However, what many people are missing is that, with Paige out, other players must step up and they can't rely on her to help them when things get tough. This could make the team stronger in the long run, more resilient and versatile, and perhaps this is exactly what Paige needs right now. A chance to take stock, reflect, and remember why she fell in love with the game in the first place. Sometimes having to watch from the sidelines can give you a fresh perspective and rekindle your desire to compete. The timing of this occurrence has also put a spotlight on the forthcoming WNBA draft. Team management and scouts are closely monitoring Paige's response to this circumstance. They want to witness her mental fortitude and capacity for overcoming hardship, not simply her physical recuperation. Her reaction to coaching choices. Now let's talk about how this whole thing is affecting the bigger picture of women's college basketball. While Paige is dealing with this setback at UConn, Olivia Miles over at Notre Dame is creating a lot of noise, by which I mean that her performance is virtually yelling from the rooftops. With a 48% three-point shooting percentage, Miles is not only playing well but also redefining what we expect from a point guard. Her ability to control the game is more important than her stats. While everyone's attention has been on the turmoil at UConn, Miles, she has been quietly bolstering her case for being the first choice in the 2025 draft with her confidence and leadership on the court. Let's examine what this implies for both players. Everyone assumed that Paige, who has been the presumptive #1 pick for years, would go straight from the UConn to the WNBA and continue to be the face of women's basketball. However, sports have a funny way of surprising you. Scouts are now considering durability as a whole rather than just the numbers. While Paige is currently out, Miles is displaying their leadership advantage, which both players possess in spades. Market appeal. Sure, Paige has the social media following, but Miles is proving that winning games and playing stellar basketball creates its own kind of appeal. And let's talk about Notre Dame for a minute. They're not just winning, they're dominating. Their system seems to be clicking on all cylinders and Miles is at the center of it all. 7 assists per game shows she's not just scoring, she's making everyone around her better. That's what pro teams are looking for. The contrast between UConn and Notre Dame seasons is becoming more evident with each passing game, while UConn is dealing with this internal drama and trying to figure out how to play without their star. Notre is showcasing a well-oiled machine. They are demonstrating that having a cohesive team that plays as a unit, rather than simply one superstar, is what makes great basketball possible. This circumstance has also generated some fascinating